on this beautiful Thursday morning. Families, students, friends, and special guests, we are delighted to have you with us for our 14th commencement to celebrate and honor our amazing senior graduates. Please stand and join me in welcoming the graduating class of 2023. Seniors, please remain standing. Guests, please be seated. It is a Woodlawn tradition for our founders, Karen and Dwayne Bowman, to bestow Latin honors to members of our senior class who have achieved the distinction of cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. To those seniors, please step forward when I call your name. Savannah Grace Govia, summa cum laude. Adina Eve Jacobson, summa cum laude. Lily Catherine Jingning Loftus, magna cum laude. Tobias Elliott Miller, magna cum laude. Quentin Vance Miller, magna cum laude. Cal Neo Teeling, cum laude. Seniors, you may be seated. Each year during commencement ceremony, the upper school faculty recognizes those students who have excelled in the areas of academics, creative arts, service, and athletics. Members of the upper school faculty will now present these special awards, beginning with Mrs. Hannah Hayden.
Good morning. The Lifelong Learner Award is given to a senior each year who best embodies Woodlawn's mission to produce independent, lifelong learners who are responsible, contributing members of a diverse global society. This year's recipient has been at Woodlawn since the first grade and has made an impact at each opportunity along the way. Whereas I could speak to this student's many attributes well past my allotted time, based solely on the standout moments we've shared over the past 4 years, as she has been a trailblazer for most of her life, it seemed only fitting that I reach out to some of her past teachers to hear what they would say about her too. And I'm thrilled to say that their words could indeed have been my words all these years later. As they are not my words, however, and as this student has been an active member of the Woodlawn Honor Council for 2 years running and would want me to uphold the school's fine honor traditions, please join me for a little trip down memory lane as I pass along their recollections along with my own. I don't think anyone who knows this student will be surprised to hear that many of the teachers commented on the fact that they could not imagine a more deserving student to receive this award. This student's second and third grade teachers, for example, wanted her to know that they are not surprised to hear that she will be receiving the Trailblazer Award this morning, as she was already blazing this particular trail way back in her days in the garden shed. Her lower school art teacher said that she was equal parts studious and fun, year in and year out. She was confident, hardworking, a leader to her classmates, and creative, with a definite silly side. This student's fourth grade language arts and social studies teachers say, I would receive shrieks of excitement coupled with a hearty round of applause every time a new project was introduced. Her energy was contagious amongst her classmates, and her project work was some of the best I've ever seen. Mirroring this sentiment, when I sat down a few weeks ago myself with my AP Spanish literature class to start working on their final project, I loved seeing how thoroughly this student and her classmates immediately and enthusiastically dove into deciding which work that we studied this year to focus on for their project. She threw herself into each line of the script they ultimately wrote, and then into each shriek of excitement and heartfelt sob of the movie. Likewise, her fifth grade science teacher had the following to say. The best way I can think to describe her is as a spark plug. She brought the energy, and the spark livened up the classroom. Continually peppy, the catalyst of curiosity, the epitome of thoroughness, and she could always make me chuckle. Such a fun human. Of this student, her middle school Spanish teachers remember that even then, she was a problem solver, a valuable contributor to classroom discussion, inquisitive, and I quote, light years ahead of many students her age and maturity. Finally, I know that I speak for all of this student's teachers who have been lucky enough to share Woods Hall with her in these last 4 years, when I say that this student has continued to embody the outstanding character traits right through today, the conclusion of her K-12 journey, not least of which being that ever-important silly side. She is independent and responsible. She wholeheartedly contributes to the fullest to our school's academic, athletic, social, and honor societies. And I know that she will continue to contribute to the diverse global societies that will surround her throughout the rest of her life. For these and countless other reasons, I am honored to present Woodlawn's 2022-23 Lifelong Learner Award to Adina Jacobson. I'd now like to welcome Dr. Erin Gale to the stage.
Good morning. It is a true pleasure to present this year's Trailblazer Award. This award is given to a senior who is a leader in word and action, who lives with integrity and honor, who consistently inspires and or supports his or her fellow students. This award is nominated by upper school students and chosen by faculty committee based on those nominations. This year's Trailblazer Award recipient is a longtime trailblazer. Mrs. Denham remembers that she loved growing her own garden and watering her veggies and eating the fruits of her labor on salad day. She loved growing radishes because there were so many, and she loved sugar snap peas. She was one always cheerful and industrious in the garden. Mrs. Verlin reports that it has been an honor to see her grow into her own over the years she has known her at Woodlawn. She came into 6th grade fairly quiet, but with a great personality and smile. At first, she was intimidated to come to extra help after school, since the room usually had a lot of older students in it, but over the years, her confidence grew. She has always been a student that was kind to everyone she met. She also has a great sense of humor and has always had an awesome style. She is definitely deserving of the Trailblazer Award. She is true to herself, and I know she'll continue to be a trailblazer. Mrs. Beth Robinson remembers that during Advance Week in middle school, the teachers often posed tough, thought-provoking questions to the students during group meeting sessions. This student's hand was consistently raised to answer any of the tough questions we put out, no matter how challenging, about how we might better get along with each other or think about each other's feelings and recognize how our behavior affected others. This student's insight and wisdom was far beyond what would be expected of any 6th grader. She remembers thinking, "Wow, what a great kid. I can't wait to have this student in my class." In upper school, she shined as a school leader in and outside of the classroom. She's offered meaningful contributions this year and has gained so much confidence over the 4 years of upper school. She is quite ready to thrive as an active participant in college. She has been a leader in sports, yearbook, and the Woodlawn Activities Committee this year. She has been on the school volleyball team for 8 years and has served as team captain for 2 of those years, positively encouraging younger students in word and deed. Both last year and this year, she and 1 or 2 other students have spearheaded putting on our school dances. She was the chief leader of other students in the planning of homecoming, organizing decor, who does what. She was the editor of our yearbook and led with grace and dedication. She is vibrant, positive, enthusiastic, and hardworking. She is a thoughtful community member and a lifelong learner who especially blossoms in areas of passion. She brightens the days of all who know her with her upbeat engagement and sense of humor. For all of these reasons, we are happy to award Ava McGeough with this year's Trailblazer Award. I will now present Mr. Youssef Benes, who will be presenting the Achievement in the Sciences Award.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to award the Achievement in the Science Award this year. In science class, this student is an extremely conscientious and attentive student. She works not to only understand the concept, but also to apply the knowledge. She is an amazing student and an amazing person. She is highly organized, gracious, and giving. She showcased her time, enthusiasm for science, technology, engineering, arts, math, as well as her generosity when she dedicated countless hours to help organize volunteers for our STEAM Fest. Over the last year in math class, I had the pleasure of instructing the students in my AP pre-calculus class. In my experience, it is rare to encounter a student who not only excels but truly enjoys learning mathematics. In the small class environment, she was able to progress in the AP pre-calculus coursework at her own accelerated pace. Surprisingly, she completed the year-long course in less than half of the year with near-perfect homework and test scores. To keep her engaged and progressing, I have advanced her to the AP Calculus coursework, which she tackled with diligence and tenacity. In addition to her own exceptional performance, she continues to actively participate in class through encouraging and tutoring other students. She exhibits another level of proficiency of the coursework. Combined with problem-solving persistence, she had demonstrated a natural talent for mathematics that will serve her well in the future educational and professional settings. This drive for learning and mastery of the material is why we are awarding Lily Blakely for the Math and Science Award. Now I will leave it with Mr. Cameron Edsel.
Good morning. The Achievement in the Humanities Award is given to a junior who has excelled in the areas of English, Spanish, and history. This award is based on performance over the past 2 to 3 years and is chosen by the English, Spanish, and history upper school teachers. We are pleased to award this student. This is the first year I've taught this student. Nonetheless, I've really enjoyed getting to know this student throughout the year. This student is committed. He has an unwavering commitment to the pursuit of knowledge and is passionate about using that knowledge to analyze historical and real-world issues. He's always on time, prepared, and participates in class. His curiosity is evident, asking follow-up questions in case something may not be clear or wants to know more. He goes the extra mile to ensure thorough understanding of material and demonstrates a desire to apply that understanding across a multitude of disciplines. Throughout the course of the year in history and humanities class, he has demonstrated this passion for interdisciplinary studies, which is shown by his consistent work ethic and participation. Of her time in English with this student, Dr. Gale writes, "This student is a quick study, but never rests on his laurels and is always working to improve. He asks thoughtful questions and is willing to work hard to take his writing to the next level. He's ready to discuss the answer to any question at any moment." His final essay of the year was a sweeping and convincing explanation arguing for the continued inclusion of Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-5 on the AP English syllabus. In humanities class, he played the part of a 1980s news reporter and led a rich discussion of the fall of the Berlin Wall, complete with a visit from his German grandparents. Of her time in Spanish with this student, Profe writes, "My first memory of this student is of him being in 8th grade and seeking out opportunities to participate in Spanish language lunchtime activities with upper school students so that he could practice his spoken Spanish. That overt enthusiasm continued once he joined my classroom the following year. From freshman year through this current year of AP Spanish literature, this student has proven himself to be one of the most consistent voices in the room. He volunteers to read difficult parts in the works we study, is willing to try to answer questions even when he isn't sure of his answer, and he never misses an opportunity to add his perspective to the class discussion. These are all qualities in a student that truly lead to a lifetime of exceptional achievements, not least of which being his achievements in the humanities over these past years at Woodlawn. For all of these reasons, we are pleased to present this year's Humanities Award to Royce Carroll." Oh. And next, Ms. Martin will be coming forward to present the Creative Arts Award.
Good morning. The Creative Arts Award is given to an upper school student who has most impacted Woodlawn's visual and/or performing arts programs and who embodies the Woodlawn ideas of commitment, creativity, leadership, and initiative. This year, Woodlawn is fortunate enough to recognize a student who more than surpasses this description. Let's start with commitment. This word brings to mind a student who always shows up. They show up to better themselves, their peers, and the world around them. Creativity. This word represents someone who paves their own path. The student that I get to recognize today does exactly this, and she leaves a trail of heart prints along the way. Leadership. This word brings to mind a student who not only paves their own path, but consistently turns around and invites others to walk along that path with them. Leaders are selfless, and they work relentlessly for the benefit of others. Initiative. This one final word can make all the difference in separating those that can from those that will. One of my absolute favorite things about this student is that I never have to seek her out. She always makes herself available for any opportunities that may present themselves. She consistently checks in and sends her fair share of emails asking, "What else can I do?" Commitment, creativity, leadership, and initiative. These are all words that come to mind when I consider the way that this student has shined in our creative arts department this year. However, I would like to add one more word that truly encompasses this student, and that is humble. Beyond the commitment, creativity, leadership, and initiative that she offers us every day, she accomplishes all of these things without the expectation of recognition. She does it because she is passionate, she is kind, and she is humble. This student would never boast about all of her accomplishments, but I will gladly stand here and do it for her. It is my absolute honor to present the recipient of this year's award to Annabelle Arcuri. I would now like to invite Elizabeth Obando to the stage.
All right, so I'm here to present the Service Learning Award. This award is given to an upper school student who demonstrated the greatest passion for learning about a service issue and a commitment to serving the communities impacted by that issue. Based on her performance, dedication, and resolve over the current year to extend our reach into the community and provide additional service opportunities, this student has exceeded all expectations. Not only has she been an active participant in service and learning for quite a few years, she's an innovative thinker. And in the middle of last summer, when I was not thinking about service opportunities, I received a detailed email asking about what would be involved in opening a Rotary International Interact chapter at Woodlawn. We discussed what was involved and how student motivated and led clubs worked. These conversations don't always lead to new programs, but I should have known better. She came to school with everything in order. She set up a recognition service with the local Rotary Club, invited the president, we had a reception. She established leadership for the club, organized the different responsibilities. They, as a group, identified the programs they wanted to support and build throughout the year. And this was all within the first few weeks of school. Under her leadership, Interact led our third annual blood drive in the fall, collected toys for local charity, contributed to every service effort on campus, and continues to meet regularly to build new opportunities for the coming years. This student leader stands out as an exemplary role model both on and off campus. She stands out as one who embraces the spirit of community service and sees it as an opportunity to leave the world better than she found it. For all of your efforts towards service, your continued willingness to help those around you, and for being a role model in serving our community, it is with great personal pride that I present the 2023 Service Learning Award to Anna Doble. All right, I would like to invite Coach Kyle Dill to the stage to award the Athletes of the Year. Coach Kyle?
Good morning. Being an athlete here at Woodlawn means so much more than just excelling at your sport. Being an athlete means that you're willing to take the hard road, that you're willing to work hard no matter what the outcome may be. Our male student athlete this year embodies that completely. I've gotten to know this gentleman quite a bit over my years coaching here at Woodlawn. From my first year here coaching basketball, he was an integral part of our Woodlawn athletics program. My first memory of him was coaching a game here at Woodlawn. We were in a tight battle versus Liberty Prep. The game went into sudden death overtime. Yet I looked at this player in the eyes, and he wanted the ball. He actually demanded it. Once he got the ball, he dribbled down the court and scored the game-winning basket. From there, that set the tone for the rest of the season. You started out as a young boy, very quiet, very eager to learn and absorb all the knowledge that any coach would give you. Now that I'm watching this young boy become a man before my very eyes. He has so much potential to do great things when it comes to athletics, but also when it comes to our community as well. This year, he was able to achieve so much when it comes to sports. From leading our soccer team in goals, to being the MVP of our basketball team, to leading his team this year to a medal in the state meet and the 4x800. And the best thing about him, this is only the beginning. I believe that when everything is said and done, that Russell Jacobson will be one of the best athletes to walk through the halls of Woodlawn School. To introduce this next athlete, I believe a quote from a great athlete named Derek Jeter embodies this individual completely. There may be people that have more talent than you, but there is no excuse for anyone to work harder than you do. To be a great athlete doesn't mean that all you do is work hard on game days. It comes from doing the little things, like working hard at practice, like being a pillar of support to your teammates, like being the one that brings a smile on everyone's face whether we win or lose. This individual does that and more while also doing multiple sports in a season. During her time here at Woodlawn, she was able to achieve so much. So many medals, so many achievements, so much laughter, so much sustained success. One thing that I will always remember about her was when she won a medal in the 800-meter race at the state meet 2 years ago. I remember she had that look of determination on her face, seeing how bad she wanted to be on the podium. After the race, seeing Mr. and Mrs. Bowman cheer her on as she crossed the finish line, seeing the look of exhaustion on her face when she was on the podium and she received her medal, and seeing how happy she was and seeing how much she wanted it. This year, she was able to achieve so much again, achieving all-state honors for cross country while also being one of the leaders on our volleyball team. She qualified for the state meet while also playing soccer as well. I can't believe this is the last time I get to say this, but our athlete of the year is Adina Jacobson. Now to introduce Miss Martin yet again for the music.
Sometimes Thank you, seniors, for that heartfelt rendition. Wonderful job. At this time, please welcome Ava McGeough to the podium to share the senior class remarks.
Good morning, families, friends, teachers, and my fellow class of 2023 graduates. Thank you for coming to celebrate our amazing 8 graduates this beautiful June morning. Today, as we stand here in our caps and gowns, we are reminded of the long journey we've been on together. It's hard to believe that we're graduating high school and about to embark on our own separate paths. Class of 2023, as we prepare to leave high school and move on to our new adventures, I would like to take a moment to reflect on what we've accomplished together. We have all worked incredibly hard, most of the time, to reach this point in our lives. And we should be proud of everything we have achieved. Looking back, I can remember how we waited until the very last minute to do our homework, usually math, and crammed it in during lunch. Or how we constantly acted like giant toddlers when faced with classwork we didn't want to do. We efficiently danced, or as we called it, boogied, our way through flex periods and in and out of classrooms. No matter the day, we, without a doubt, always found something to laugh at or about. Sometimes all we needed to be was locked in the clawfist to actually get our work done. Although at points we pretended we would never make it out of high school alive, we did. As we say, we locked in on our goals and we did every shortcut possible to get there. And when those failed, we truly worked hard to reach them. Being up here, looking at the people who I've spent the past 10 years of my academic and social life with, I want to recognize them. First off, I would like to say thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Bowman because they're the reason we get to go to school every day. Thank you to our amazing teachers for always believing in us, even when we didn't believe in ourselves. Without a doubt, you guys are the reason we get to turn our tassels today and call us Woodlawn alums. Thank you to Nurse Reiner for always being there to fix our boo-boos, no matter how dramatic we were being about them. Thank you to our sports coaches and Coach Kyle for persisting in keeping us active. Thank you to Mr. Z for always checking in on us when we needed it. Thank you to all the students who had to learn with us and deal with our very selective sense of humor. I want to say thank you to our amazing parents for letting us go to Woodlawn and pouring every ounce of love you have for us into watching us grow up to be the strong, talented, and smart young men and women we have become. Thank you to all the teachers who have taught us here and for consistently supporting us. Thank you to our kinder buddies and Miss Gunwasat and Miss Cooligan for keeping us young. Lastly, I would like to, on the behalf of Class of 2023, thank Dr. Gale. Dr. Gale, we can't express how grateful we are to have you in our lives. You are the pillar in our Woodlawn education, and we couldn't imagine high school without you. You've been there for our worst and our best moments, and we truly appreciate it. Dr. Gale, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, and we love you so much. With the help of this Woodlawn community, we are ready to take on the next step in our lives. But if any of my fellow graduates are scared of the future, that's okay, because know that you're not alone. To be completely honest with you guys, I'm petrified of what the future holds, but I'm ready to try and embrace it with an open mind. Woodlawn has prepared us more than enough for our futures after graduation. All we have to do is start blazing our own trails. Patrick Braxton Andrews, aka Pato, once told me, "Be eager to make mistakes, laugh them off and learn from them. There's no reason you shouldn't be the best you can be by the time you leave high school." As we celebrate our accomplishments today, let us remember we've all grown up together. We have unwillingly hiked through the snow with Dr. Gale, willingly hung out in parking lots till the sun went down, shared plenty of lunches and snacks, laughed till we cried and pretty much almost peed ourselves, shared countless memories and inside jokes, learned valuable lessons, had heated debates in and out of class, awkwardly danced at prom and homecoming, and best of all, have been there for the highs and lows of each other's lives. Even though we may be going our separate ways after graduation, we will always be a part of each other's lives. Remember to listen and to be kind with an open heart to all new people and experiences. Don't wait for life to happen for you. Never leave your life to chance. Take control and leave your life to you, and make any decision no matter how good or bad they are for you. Now that my graduates are well reminded of all the things we're leaving behind, which I'm not going to lie is making me really sad, I want to prepare everyone else to make the memories we made. I want to offer you guys this advice. Hi, you're going to be great. Don't stress too hard about it. You can't grow without making mistakes. Look at what you have rather than focusing on what you don't have. Comparing yourself and your experience to others won't help you in the long run. High school will be an incredible journey for y'all, filled with opportunities to learn and grow. Take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way, and never be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Go get involved in your community, join the clubs and the sports, make new friends and connections, go to the dances and the events, and full-heartedly participate in Spirit Week and other amazing Woodlawn traditions. You may think that you're not getting a true high school experience at Woodlawn because we don't have a football team or prom kings and queens or even Friday night lights, but that's not what a true high school experience is. A true high school experience is going on the overnight trips with your closest friends in your class, playing with your kinder buddies, square dancing, intermezzo, playing varsity sports since 8th grade, family tree prep rallies, and yes, even C3. The true high school experience is what you make it, not what you see on TV. Don't be embarrassed or ashamed. Be proud of every minute of it, because it goes by really fast. Don't be too hard on yourself. Everything happens for a reason and will only help you grow as a person and will also shape your future. Pretty soon, you guys will be up here, standing in your caps and gowns, wondering where all the time went. My fellow graduates, congratulations! Congratulations on reaching this incredible milestone. Let us celebrate our achievements because, whoa, this is truly a big deal. Remember the lessons we have learned and embrace the future with hope and excitement. We're all grown up now and have to take the next leap in our lives. Don't forget where you came from while you search for where you're going. I would now like to bring Adina Jacobson onto the stage to talk about our class gift. Thank you, and roll tide.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Ava. Good morning, everyone, and again, thank you so much for coming and supporting us on this incredible journey. Out of continuous appreciation for the faculty, staff, and all the people who make Woodlawn the special place it is, we would like to try and give back just a piece of what has been given so graciously to us for so many years. On behalf of the class of 2023, I'm very happy to announce our class gift. As a very small grade of 8, we spend lots of time together. The majority of this time is spent outside on the woods patio as we chat, debate, laugh until we cry, problem solve, sometimes scream, and divulge. Whether during lunch or work times, you can typically find us on the patio after having pushed all the tables together and stumbly scooted all the chairs around for the ideal hangout space. On cold days, we bundle up and shiver together. On warm days, we bask in the sun and sometimes get a little burnt. On misty days, we all pitch in to grab paper towels to dry off our seats. And on rainy days, or just gloomy days we deem too unbearable to be outside, we sit gloomily under the fluorescent lights of the English room, mourning our space on the patio. I'm just kidding, it's not that serious. But, in all seriousness, the Woods Hall patio chairs and tables have become an integral part of our class relationship. They signify our togetherness, and how over the years and recent months we have gotten closer than ever. Who knew something seemingly so simple actually was so influential in forming our tight-knit bond? As we must say goodbye to our beloved lunch spot, we are so thankful for all the experiences and memories. When Toby had such crazy butterfingers that he dropped 2 sandwiches on the ground. When Ava consistently revealed her stacked lunches full of muffins, cookies, and the best desserts. When I opened up my bare fruit rolls and screamed every time I got a new collectible card. When Cal had strawberry yogurt, or as we call yogi, and chocolate granola every lunch, and that one time even the bee had to get a taste. When Savannah, on the other hand, would run away shrieking every single time a bee flew in a 10-foot radius of her. When Quentin always had to run back out to pick up his trash. When Moy was microwaving yet another lean cuisine. And when Lily silently observed everything, perched on the chair like a watchful bird. So much has happened, and we know so much will continue to happen on the Woods Hall patio. As we must part ways with Woodlawn, we want to share our love for this space and hope other classes enjoy it as much as we did. In doing so, we are giving them a little improvement by adding umbrellas. On those misty days, you can save paper towels, and when the sun gets a little too bright, you can all be comfortable and protected. We hope they go to great use and show how the simple things really do make all the difference. And, as Queen Rihanna once said, when the sun shines, we shine together, and when it's raining more than ever, you can stand under my umbrella. Thank you.
Members of the class of 2023, on behalf of the class of 2024 and all the grades behind you, thank you. The umbrellas are beautiful. You will all see them after the ceremony during our reception. It is a Woodlawn commencement tradition for the alma mater to be sung by the entire community. Please join me in singing our school song. We have thoughtfully provided the lyrics for you on the back of the program, and the seniors will sing extra loud. Are you ready, Miss Martin? Cue up the music.
Kindergarten, I expect you guys to sing extra loud on this, because you know it. Circle round the woodlawn loop, running past the barn. Up the hill to Sing Sing Hall, old plantation farm. Woodlawn school, lifelong learning minds. Growing spirits, growing hearts, every student shines. Each day is a steady climb, helping us grow strong. Clock tower telling us the time as we dance along. Woodlawn school, lifelong learning minds. Growing spirits, growing hearts, every student shines. Planting seeds to bloom and grow, branching towards the skies. Though the years will come and go, blazers all our lives. Woodlawn school, lifelong learning minds. Growing spirits, growing hearts, every student shines.
Let's give a special applause to our kindergarten kids. Well, actually, I should say our first grade kids. Each year, the seniors choose one member of the faculty to address them at graduation. This year, we are honored to invite Dr. Erin Gale to return to the podium.
Hello again. Okay. Ava, Savannah, Moy, Adina, Toby, Quentin, Lily, and Cal. What I want to say is, hey, wait, it isn't time yet. Can't we have just a little more time together? But I also know that I have to let you go, do your thing. So, here goes nothing. You could have grown up anywhere and gone to high school anywhere, but I'm so glad it was here and that I got to be a part of it. It's a special privilege to teach and an even more special privilege to teach here. I cannot imagine another place where the 8 of you would have ended up together, which is part of the magic of Woodlawn. You were born on 3 different continents, though 2 of you were born into the same family. And there's really only one thing that superconducting, animation, body modifications, stem cells, the stock market, neglected tropical diseases, alternate energy, and sustainable swimwear have in common. You all. It's been a joy to see you come together despite your different interests and personalities. I started to see these bonds form most intensely when I cruelly deprived you of your cell phones on your 9th grade overnight trip to YMCA Blue Ridge. Not only did we spend a lot of time in the woods on that trip, but we have most definitely spent a lot of time together in Woods Hall, our beloved 5-room schoolhouse, as I like to call it. As your English teacher for 3 years, your humanities teacher for 2 years, and your capstone advisor this year, I have many fond memories of our times together. Whether chatting over lunch, editing papers, taking AP exams, performing vocabulary word skits, practicing plays, writing college essays, or getting milkshakes the size of our heads on the way back from a research field trip. I mention Woods Hall because although it's named for James Baker Woods III and not the Woods, the teenage years are actually a really woodsy time. By this I mean one can often feel lost, bewildered, overwhelmed, and like they are searching for signs of who to be and where to go during high school. And as a teacher of teenagers, sometimes the best thing you can do is try to dwell beside the kids in those woods. Early in my first year of teaching, my department chair stopped me one day and said, "It really doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be there, trying your best." Your 4 years of high school were particularly woodsy for you, for me, for all teachers and learners. You were my 9th grade class when COVID rocked the world. And when anyone brings up COVID, you guys are over it. Like you probably just internally rolled your eyes at me a little bit for mentioning it. You don't want to talk about its impact on you or anything of the sort, but the fact remains that a big thing was thrown at you, and you have emerged as resilient and funny people, or perhaps because you are resilient and funny people. When I thought about what to say today, and I mentally started to think over the time we've spent together, I know I certainly wasn't perfect, managing my own children's learning during COVID, teaching, being pregnant, experiencing losses, and then giving birth, as well as having a toddler during this scary and turbulent time has not been easy. You all, of course, had your own personal struggles too, some of which led you here. And I couldn't be more thankful that you found us. I think what I am most proud of for myself is that one way or another, I was here, trying my best to show up for you and what you needed, whether that was a laugh, a positive attitude, a pep talk, a motivational 80s montage, or a dose of sarcasm. We have always had each other, and we have always had so many laughs. I want to share what I am most proud of for each of you all from the past 4 years. Quentin, you didn't give up on your dream school, and you communicated with about 20 people and shipped something in from Israel just to make sure we all got to see a cool demonstration for your capstone. Moy, you left your immediate family and a dangerous social and political situation to move across the world and complete high school in your non-native language, and you did so with grace and persistence. Ava, you leave here a natural leader and a responsible organizer, unintimidated by timed essay writing in any way. Cal, you have an uncanny ability to move from completely serious to completely kidding and back within a matter of seconds. I am most proud of your evolution as a writer and the intelligence and love of learning that you bring to your areas of interest. Lily, you came here 2 years ago and would struggle to answer questions in small settings. You were sharing personal stories in front of an audience of peers and adults within a matter of 12 weeks. 2 weeks ago, you presented your capstone to a crowd of over 150 people with poise, creativity, and grace. So we all got to see your brilliant artistry. Adina, you never rest on your laurels as a student. You never miss an opportunity to show your best, and you balance athleticism and academics beautifully. You are a true lifelong learner who can both speak and listen well. Toby, overcoming personal obstacles has left you with the best possible sense of humor and an intuitive, empathetic heart. You will make a great teacher, and you are a gifted writer. Savannah, while I am the first to cheer for your many athletic accomplishments, I am most proud of you for who you are, which will persist long after you hang up your diving cap and shelve your textbooks. You are resilient, curious, positive, and caring. Class of 2023, I am so proud of all of you for staying on the woodsy trail, even when it got really prickly, or you had to push aside some branches, or you had a lot of complaints. You are true trailblazers. The bad news for some of you is that this all connects back to musical theater. The good news for everyone is that I am not going to sing. Late in Act 2 of the Stephen Sondheim musical Into the Woods, which in so many ways is a tale of what it means to grow up and persist through obstacles, the character Cinderella sings, "Someone is on your side and someone else is not." She later adds, "Sometimes people leave you halfway through the woods. Do not let it grieve you. No one leaves for good." Woodlawn, class of 2023, we, by which I mean all of us here today, are on your side, and we always will be. Even though I feel like you're leaving me halfway through the woods, I'm sure some of your parents can relate. I am confident you each have the skills you need to make your own way. You started here as kids, and you leave here more like adults, scholars, coworkers, friends, and family. I hope you won't leave for good, whether that means you come visit or simply carry us in your heart. Remember, as I was once told, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be there trying your best. Thank you.
In just a few minutes, we will confer upon the class of 2023 their Woodlawn diplomas, and the ranks of our alumni will swell to 177. Today is the 21st last day of school in Woodlawn's history. It's our 14th commencement. What a long way Woodlawn's come since September 7th, 2002, Woodlawn's very first day. And what a long way you've come, seniors, since your very first day of school, 13 or 14 years ago. I know your parents are thinking back to that very first day of preschool. Moms and dads, way back when, didn't the class of 2023 seem like it was forever away? This is the perfect time for our seniors to please rise and turn to your parents and grandparents, all the members of your family, and thank them for being your first, best, and most important teachers. Seniors, let's say thank you. Thank you. Members of the class of 2023, you are the embodiment of Woodlawn's mission, and the lives that you build for yourselves tomorrow and in all the years to come will be the fulfillment of a dream created by our founders back in 2002. This mission statement was written on their kitchen table to produce independent, lifelong learners who are responsible, contributing members to a diverse global society. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Bowman, for your vision, for seeing so clearly what capacities and qualities children would need in order to thrive, to lead change, to build teams, and to be prepared to make positive, meaningful contributions to a diverse global society. Thank you for building Woodlawn, a place where high achievement and joyful learning go hand in hand. Seniors, we've loved every step of our journey with you. We're proud of you. In 15th century England, the word Godspeed came into use. It means success and prosperity on your journey. Class of 23, on behalf of your Woodlawn family, we are excited for the road that lies ahead of you. You carry with you our hopes and dreams. You have a forever place in our hearts, and we wish you all Godspeed. And now we shall confer the diplomas on the class of 2023. Mrs. Honeycutt, Mr. Bowman, will you assist us? Savannah Grace Govia, summa cum laude. Adina Eve Jacobson, summa cum laude. Lily Catherine Jingning Loftus, magna cum laude. Ava Kate McGeough. Tobias Elliott Miller, magna cum laude. Quentin Vance Miller, magna cum laude. Moises Antonio Nicaragua Obando. Cal Neo Teeling. Members of the class of 2023, will you please rise? Now, shift your tassels from right to left and prepare to give those caps a ride. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in congratulating Woodlawn's newest alumni, the class of 23.
Congratulations, graduates. This concludes our program. Distinguished guests, please remain as the Bowmans, our graduates and faculty, lead the recessional from Stinson Lawn down to Woods Hall.